Hello, beautiful Seren Stars, and welcome to your reading. And this one is a yes or no answer from Spirit and from the cards. So, all you have to do is think of a question you have in mind, okay? And we'll see what Spirit and the angels and whoever you believe in what messages they have for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the basic meaning of the first cards that I pulled for you. And then we're going to shuffle some cards together and we'll see what comes out, what messages come out. This could go either way. I'm going to be as surprised as you. I did pull these cards the other day, but I haven't read them yet, and you can pull the same card, but it can have a completely different message depending on, what message Spirit have for the day or what cards you pull out. Okay, so first we're going to look at your first card, which is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is about mastering your emotions and mentorship and strong male figure support. And it's also about compassion, this card. So I'm getting the feeling very much as well, someone's coming in and bringing a lot of strength to you and a lot of compassion, and they could be male or female, it doesn't matter. They could have, just very strong male energy. Okay, so that's the very basic meaning of that card. So we will tune into that one. And then you have the wonderful Six of Wands. Hope you can see that okay there. And Six of Wands is triumphant and success and victory and celebration and support from family or, love. And that could be love in all kinds of facets of your life. It could be romantic, it could be, friends. Okay, let's go on to your other two cards. Beautiful. You have the Page of Swords. Hope you can see that okay. And the High Priestess. But as always, I choose these cards mainly for the crystal that we have on there. So the Page of Swords, how beautiful is that? So with this, it's a sharp mind and curiosity and learning. It's a quick, fast communication. It's a very truthful, straightforward and fresh, eagle-eyed card. It cuts through any BS, as I like to say with this one. Cuts to the chase is the sentence I'm seeing there in my head. And then we have the High Priestess, which is, inner intuition and wisdom and going deep inwards. And then we have the Adventuring Stone there. And I will put a bit of information on Adventuring Stone because I'm not too up on the the spiritual meaning of this stone. So it'd be interesting at the end. I always research afterwards on things that I'm not sure on and to see how they link up with all the messages that we get. Okay, so I will tune into these. We're just going to shuffle you some more cards. So let's go for this pile first. So Spirit and the cards, what messages do you have for people across the globe this evening? I can feel myself getting really quite hot, which usually means a lot of kind of healing energy coming through there. Or it could be something hot romantic, you never know. We'll see. This could turn into a love reading. Spirit, could you give me a card? They're telling me to pick one. Okay, we'll go for that one. I just put that out the way there. Oops, sorry, shaking the camera there. Let's go for the next pile. Spirit, can you give us a message for people across the globe? Messages of guidance or importance? What can you tell them? What can we give them? What information? Okay, lovely. Let's go on to the next pile. These are the little animal cards, which I love. So what messages, Spirit, do we have for people across the globe? Ooh. Let's pick you a love. Well, they're all lovely, so I don't think we can go wrong, but obviously we want something very significant for this reading. Let's go with that one. Next pile. Whew. Okay, that's coming out, so we're going to go with that one. Lovely. Let's go on to the last but not least pile. What messages, Spirit, do you have for people across the globe? And thank you for joining me. You know, I'm seeing more and more people subscribing or following, whatever term you want to use, and lots of people watching and making comments, which is lovely. You know, that it's touching people's lives. You know, I watch other tarot readers, and it does feel like community, doesn't it? So I'm truly grateful for all of that I just mentioned there. Okay. So let's go back to the King of Cups. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to tune in and see what I get, you know, coming through. Sorry, I've got a little cat here though. I'm being very much drawn to the fish here and the goldfish. He's got one on his lapel there, on his kind of, I don't know if it's armor. But I feel like it's someone coming in bringing like messages of good fortune and messages of joy and hope, and I'm being given the word renewal, and these fishes are all quite interested here, these ones, in what he's got to say. You know, again, it doesn't matter if he's male or female. I'm being now drawn into his very, very blue eyes, which I haven't actually noticed before. You know, it's quite a contrast. So maybe you are going to be meeting someone, or you already know someone who looks like this with these bright, bright blue eyes, and possibly with the dark hair there. But what is it with the fish? I'm trying to remember what I researched the other day about goldfish, and I think in some cultures, you know, they're a symbol of good luck, and they are a symbol of fortune, in some, I think, Asian cultures, isn't it? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm definitely feeling, and I'm sensing, and I'm seeing the sentence, the bearer of gifts and the bearer of good news. I'm being drawn into this cup here, and it almost looks like, you know, this fish here that's gold is jumping in for joy, you know, and in and out of the cup, and it's splashing everywhere, and this cup would represent like abundance, and he almost looks like, I've been drawn into a lucky horseshoe shape. So I will put a bit in there about, in England and possibly other countries, how we see, you know, the upside down horseshoe as a symbol of luck also. Okay, I'm being given the word fluid and fluidity. Okay, so I feel that this person's coming in is a very strong person, but they're also very relaxed and very chilled and very, you know, calm and very serene, you know. And then when you think of watching fish, it's very relaxing, isn't it? And it's very one with nature, and we see the sea in the background there. So I'm being given Pisces as well, and also we have fish with Pisces, which is a water sign. It could also mean that they are other water signs, so look out for someone coming in. I'm not really up on all my star signs, so anyone who is, if you notice anything in the card, please put the comments in there. And it's almost on his chest, I'm being drawn in, they look like scales of a fish, don't they? So again, he feels a very fluid person. Okay, again, they could be male, female, or non gender identifying, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's part of the fluidity if we're thinking about covering all different facets. But I'm being given the word aquamarine and being shown the crystal aquamarine. So whatever they bring in as well, they're bringing in a lot of calm to your life. And maybe you haven't particularly had a lot of calm in your life, some of you, or maybe some of you can be representing a brother or a son or a father or a husband figure that brings that calmness and that clarity and that grounding, even though it's a watery sign, which can often be a dreamy sign. I feel that they are a very positive, whoever this figure is, person in your life. Okay, I'm being drawn into these flamboyant sleeves here, and I'm being given the word flamboyant, so maybe they can be quite flamboyant at times. and I'm being shown this fashion designer who I would have thought was into same-sex relationships, but actually turned out he had a wife, and he was very much into the opposite sex. But they were still very much in touch with their feminine side, is what I'm being given here, what I'm being shown here. So they're also very nurturing. There's a lot of, with the water, that's nourishment and nurturing and watering everything. Everywhere they go, they bring this. I've just got this really good feeling. It's always like a bubbly feeling inside when I look at this. The energy coming from that card. So that's beautiful. And the Six of Wands. So celebration, and positivity, absolutely, with this card here. Okay, I'm being given the word sign, and I'm being given the word message. Okay, I'm being given the word choices. So if this is a love interest, it could be two suitors that are coming in that you've got a choice between, or it could be representing a multitude of things, like two choices between a job, two choices between different countries you want to travel to, two choices between homes. But I definitely get the main feeling for the majority. It's about, I'm going to say love. I'm seeing the word love, so it could be the choice of two suitors, which is not a bad thing there, is it? And it may be quite difficult for some of you to choose between the two, or maybe you're just kind of playing the field a bit and you just want to have a bit of fun and try out different types of characters. This one feels more of a sturdy, strong, more serious character, but nevertheless, it's bringing in kind of celebration and strength, and support around you. Okay, and I'm seeing this horse bowing down to you. Okay, I'm visually seeing the horse bowing down, so it's like whoever this person is, they're coming in, they're going to be worshipping like the ground that you walk on almost. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's love. It could be just family that think you're wonderful. It could be a boss that thinks you're wonderful, or colleagues, or friends that think you're wonderful. And I'm seeing the word achievement. So it's like they're super proud of your achievements, and just, yeah, they're seeing you as this queen like being. You may be male or you may be female, that doesn't matter, but they're just kind of worshipping, yeah, very much the ground that you walk on. And I'm seeing now someone walking in like a white dress, and their bare feet on grass, and it's like now you can see the grass in the background and you're walking towards them. Okay, which is beautiful. You're walking in these lush green lands, and it's almost like you're meeting them halfway. Although they'll come to the ends of the earth to you, it's your decision at the end of the day whether it's a yes or a no, a yay or a nay. Who you choose, if it is two people, or where you move, or what house, or what job, whatever. It feels like there's lots of positive opportunities coming around you. It could be that you'll have many love, job, new country, all kinds of facets there. But that's beautiful, that one there. It's a Page of Swords, and here again we have another beautiful white horse there with this magical mane here. I also have this beautiful dove that I'm being drawn into there. So I'm seeing the word peace as well. So I feel like for many of you, you've not particularly had peaceful relationships, whether that's romantic or work or friendships. I think it's been quite turbulent for you, and you're at that point now with this sword. I see it being thrown down as if you're cutting through the BS and the crap and the lies, and you no more to that. You just want these positive, happy individuals around you, people in your life. And I'm seeing the roses I'm being drawn into here, and it's like there's a saying, you coming up smelling roses, and also stop and smell the roses. So it could be like multifaceted, as in stop and appreciate what's around you at the moment, the beauty around you, even though that may be difficult at times. Okay, and maybe stop to spot these people and give these people a chance, whatever this is connected to. Okay, and I will put in, it's a very positive message there with stop and smell the roses, and you come up smelling roses, which means that no matter what the outcome or what happens, you're going to come out on top of this situation with lots of positive outcomes and sort of celebrations. This card is there, and they're showing me the goldfish again. They're saying the word goldfish. Okay, so I will look up more to do with that, with the goldfish there. I think they're definitely to do with luck and fortune, I'm sure. Okay, let's go on to your next card. So we have Adventuring the High Priestess. And I'm seeing these goldfish again. They're not letting the goldfish go. And I'm seeing them swim inside the adventuring. So it'd be interesting when I look it up to see if they're connected any way to this. Can you give me anything else? They're giving me the word fair, as in Fair, but that could be a double meaning. That could be as in it is fair, or it isn't fair, or it could be fair as in going to the fair, or something like that. Me giving the sentence what is fair and what is right. So I think in making this decision, part of the message is, do what is fair and what is right for all parties involved. I'm seeing the word mindful, be mindful of everyone involved. And I've just noticed now there's 3 of these stones, so it could be 3 of you. It could be kind of a literal love triangle, or it could be the choices again between the job or university or a home, or family members, choice between that, who you're going to prioritize. But it really wants you to, it's showing me the heart chakra now, and opening the heart chakra. And obviously that's green, and it's showing me working from the heart center, rather than this sometimes our selfish wants and needs. We're all human. We all have those moments, and we're not always considering the bigger picture and other people's feelings. Okay, so it very much wants you to take into account all facets. They're giving me the word cause and effect, so how that can affect everyone now and everyone in the long run. But obviously the priority is your happiness and your health. But they're saying cutting ties. Maybe with some people you do permanently want to cut ties, but maybe with some others that are really important to you, you want to still keep those positive links and communication, and love is the word that I'm being given there. Okay, just as I was putting that down, they were showing me a car, almost like an old truck car, and it's on a windy, bendy road. So I think whatever this journey is going to be, it's going to be a bit winding and bending and twists and turns to this story and this plot. Okay, all right. What card shall we go for next? Let's go for this one. Right. Don't let life harden your heart. And we have green again. And I mentioned about the heart chakra and working from your heart. So that really does make sense there, because we can, through life, when we go through those twisty, windy roads, in perhaps an old rackety truck, it's felt like at times it's been so bumpy, there's been no suspension or comfort, it can harden us. And we're not always, again, working from the heart center. Sometimes we could be working from, trauma or past lives from other people, and our hurts. We're not really working from, I'm getting quite emotional when I'm saying this. We can all identify we're not always working from the heart, basically, and love, which is where you want to make, obviously we have our logical side, and we need to be logical too and have a balance, but I think when it comes to other people's feelings and relationships, we really have to work from truth and from the heart center. Okay, and I'm seeing someone standing there, and they're blowing these wishes up into the sky and into the ether, and I'm seeing the sentence wishes coming true. I'm seeing energy, but what we put out we get back. So as much as you can work from your heart center and the truth, and not selfish reasons or trauma or all those kinds of things, and being given, the sweeter our life will be, So we don't want to ruin certain connections and certain relationships, because sometimes we can't always build those bridges back, is what I'm being shown there. Again, I'm being shown a big green heart now expanding and opening up. And it's tough, isn't it, when you've been treated a certain way or been through certain things? It's tough, and I've been shown an ice cube now, and they're melting this ice cube. So for some of you, um, you may have kind of frozen slightly. Your heart is hardened and you're not able to open up to people. So they're melting that. They want to melt that hardness and get to the core, your heart chakra, and working in truth and love and light on your decisions. And I just want to send you all so much love, for those of you watching that are feeling in that space, or emotionally blocked because of past hurts, and it could be affecting certain relationships. I'm going to send you so much love there. Now, what should we go for next? We're going to go for this one. Okay, how beautiful is that? I can't believe that. I'm actually blown away. I always giggle to myself when I'm editing and I get the word blown away because it sounds a bit wrong. But the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. And I'm getting very emotional as I'm looking at this card. And I've noticed here she's got it looks like beautiful roses. And I have a lot of roses on my table that I've just done decoupage on. And where did I see the roses before? Oh, here. The roses here I spied, and I've looked at this card before, and I can't say I've necessarily noticed them, but that's just what I'm being drawn into. And roses are a symbol of love, aren't they? They definitely are. And I'm seeing someone giving a bunch of roses. So for some of you, literally, if it's to do with love, someone may be coming to you and they're trying to, or if they're worshipping you in the ground that you walk on, but you're quite frozen, this frozen queen or this frozen king, and you're kind of not as open as you could be to opportunities and love and a new life. You may be locking yourself away. It's kind of like they're wanting you to make every moment and every day, special, whether it's little things, whether it's, smelling roses literally, or decorating your home lovely so you feel happy there, or eating something nice, or dancing around your living room, or spending time with people that you love, or enjoying your work. Bring some magic every day into your life. I'm just gonna tune in. And again, it looks like roses on top of this kind of shawl here. It almost looks a bit like a vow, doesn't it? Like a wedding vow. So for some of you, it may be renewing your vows, or it may be meeting someone who fills your heart and opens your heart chakras. We can see this beautiful bursting light coming through our heart chakra here. Okay, so some of you there may be an engagement on the cards, or a wedding or something like that. But it's absolutely beautiful card, and she looks serene and happy. And I think for a lot of you who not particularly had that sereneness and happiness, or being worshipped, or being treated, with kindness and with love. Okay, again, they're showing me a hand and a heart, extending love your way. Okay, and these beautiful pinks you've got going on there. And we have all these pinks here too, which really expresses a symbol of love and a symbol of joy there, and a symbol of healing. Let me see anything else, Spirit. Have you got anything? Go forward. Move forward. So some of you may be quite stuck at the moment, okay? And they're pushing you forward through this difficult time. Some of you may be having, I feel it's mostly through love and relationships. I mean, but even through work, everything boils down to our relationships and our connections with other humans, doesn't it? Okay, and if you're isolating, it's like pushing you back out there and opening up that heart chakra and healing and letting go of the past. I'm being given there. Life is a dance, life is a song, life is joy, life is what you make it, is what I'm being given here. How beautiful is that? Right, let's go on to this card. Fluid, may you shift and transform. And I was getting that a lot, but with this person here, the fluidity I was talking about and feeling and sensing there. And here it's almost like it is a waterfall, but it's almost like a crack in the rock. And this looks quite cold, doesn't it? So it's almost like I'm seeing now like a heart cracking open. It's like the light's coming through, the light shining through. And we talked about, opening your heart and moving forward and living each day as a beautiful poetic prayer and having just letting love into your life, okay? And love does transform so many things, We are a different person when we're not feeling loved, or we're feeling angry, or we're feeling sad, a genuine love, but you see it. And some people, they get into relationships and they meet someone really genuine, or genuine friends, and they just flourish, don't they? And glow and bloom as people, like these flowers here. So this is what we want to see here. And I'm seeing someone in like a little boat, and they're sailing over to the water. Okay, so it's almost like they've been released. You've been kind of locked away in this kind of ice cave, if you like. And I've seen that ice cube. So, you can start off slowly, opening your heart a little bit of work each day. Again, it could be work related, moving house, it could be moving country, being open to all opportunities is what I'm being given here, all ideas and all facets, of life, the ups and the down. And I'm seeing the I was seeing that truck, wasn't I, on the bumpy road, and it also looks a bit like a road there, and I can almost see the truck kind of driving over this bumpy terrain there. Okay, but there's something else on the other side, something more beautiful. You've just got to get to the other side and open up your heart. Okay, swim is the words that I'm being given. Swim. And what do the fishes do? They swim, And we have another saying, going for gold. We're going for gold. We're going to go for what we want, going for those good things in life. Okay. And I'm seeing someone throwing out what is it, like the lifeguard, the round things, and I'm seeing SOS, So it's almost like someone or someone's are coming to save you, because I feel like a lot of you perhaps have felt like you're drowning in your own kind of depression or anxiety or stresses in life, or loneliness for some of you it may be, or just being in that cage of coldness, shut away. Even if we're amongst people, we can still feel very lonely if we're still in past hurts and past traumas or past behaviors, past patterns. Okay, so they want you to break free of that. Okay, that's beautiful. Right, let's go on to this one. Eternal bliss. I experience eternal bliss by connecting with my true essence. How beautiful is that? And I'm sure that's a woodpecker. I could be wrong, and I will research afterwards the meaning of that. But your true essence, and your true essence is your heart. Speaking from your heart, living from your heart, loving from your heart, not hurt. Okay, that is your true essence, that emotional one. We are energy, emotion, emotion. Okay, so you want to connect with that true essence and then bring forth that true life, the life that makes you happy, and those people that make you happy. Okay, let me look and see what else I can see. I'm hearing this bird chirping and singing, and I know they kind of knock. If this is a woodpecker, which I could be wrong, they kind of knock on something, don't they? Like wood. So it could be, they're saying like there's these opportunities knocking, there's someone knocking on your door, there's someone saying to you, come on, I'm here, and you're perhaps locking yourself away, whether literally or kind of emotionally. All right, it's just wanting you to open up. And I always feel like raindrops on my skin, and like these are raindrops, and you dancing in the rain. So some of you may be living in too much of your logical side or your practical side and not enough in touch with your heart or heart center. Let me see what else I can see. My hand's healing up, so it's definitely healing being sent your way across the globe. Yeah, just pure dance and joy in the rain. And there's, what's that song? Dancing in the rain. I can't think, feel it coming over me. I'll have to look the song up because I can't even think how it goes. But I know there's a song about dancing in the rain. It's that joy and that bliss and that letting go. Okay, maybe that's a good thing you didn't have to hear me sing again today. And then I'm hearing that song, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Hey, 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 knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. So again, it's about this knocking. I'm seeing someone knocking. So it's messages from heaven, obviously, but there's more about this knocking. There's something more significant. All right. And they say about opportunity knocks. I'm seeing the sentence actually. We say that quite a lot, opportunity knocks. So I'll put in there, I'll research after and I'll put those bits in there that will perhaps give more information and more meaning than I'm giving here. What other pictures or images can you give me? Right, next. Let's say next. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Next full moon. And I just see the word next. I don't know when the next full moon is. I know we didn't have one too long ago. Okay, so I'll have to look up when the next full moon is. So that could be quite significant around this time when this opportunity is knocking. I'll look up the number 48 in numerology and see the importance there. What's going to be happening on the next full moon? I can't believe that I see the word next and then we turn that over and we get next full moon. Wow, I'm absolutely blown away again. But we see the clouds in, they're quite dark here, but they're moving away. And there's this brightness coming through, and there's this healing purple is like an extremely healing high vibrational color there. Can you give me any other messages through this? I'm still in like shock and blown away from what just happened there. Right. They give me the words passion and also giving me fire in your heart. Okay. So it's almost like they've gone in there and they're starting up a fire in your heart, you know, and they're getting it going and they're kind of bringing your passions back, whether that's passions for a job or passions for life or passions for a course, the university, or actually romantic passion or passion for living and meeting new people. Okay, and I'm seeing this knock, 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 knock again. I keep seeing someone knocking on a wooden door, so someone's coming knocking, but in a positive way, in a good way. Life's coming knocking. You need to open it. It's showing me and telling me that it's knocking from all directions, but you're not listening and you're not particularly answering that door. So you need to get up and you need to answer that door and you need to answer those opportunities. You know, was how are you going to enter into a next phase and pour out this heart and become this beautiful, cosmic, authentic, loving being and person of light that you are. And these are very matchy, aren't they? Here in the beautiful purples there. Absolutely love this card. I'm in awe of this card. So what else can you give me? And they're literally showing me physically pushing someone up from a sofa. Get up, get up. And I'm seeing the words get up, get out, get going, you know. So for some of you, you may have lost your mojo or your motivation, you know, you're just really fed up, which a lot, again, I mentioned in another reading we get in winter months. A lot of people can feel like that, you know, and quite shut away in certain countries where they have less light coming through and less daylight hours. Being given the word twilight. Okay, now I'm being shown a big ball, and there's a big glittering ball kind of hanging like a ball, as in a dance room. So it's an event. Okay, so something. What have we got? The next full moon. We'll be coming up to Christmas, won't we? So that will be coming up probably the end of November. Yeah, so we'll be closer to Christmas. So maybe some of you've got like Christmas parties coming up, because I'm definitely seeing like and women in like fancy dresses, long dresses and outfits, you know. So it's very much the time, isn't it, when we had the Christmas parties. And some of you may be feeling like, do you know what, I really don't want to go. I really can't be bothered. I really can't be this. But the emphasis and the push here is go, do, be, enjoy, dance, be your beautiful self, you know. And then they show me someone old, you know, you don't want to get to say 80, whatever, and you can't move very well, and you're thinking, damn, do you know what, I actually wish I went to that party and enjoyed myself more while I was young and I had mobility, or most of my mobility. Some of you may have disabilities, so it might be more, you know, difficult. But I think yeah, the strong message here is just damn well get out there and live your life. Okay, Thor, that sort of frozen heart. What else can you give me? I'm seeing lots of diamonds and lots of bling. So Christmas, we have a lot of glitter, don't we? A lot of glittery outfits and eyeshadows and makeup. So for a lot of the female viewers, they're wanting you to really kind of live in not princess era, but they really want you to go all out. And it doesn't matter what age you are, because this is actually my age. It doesn't matter what age you are still allowed to live in your divine feminine and, you know, feel feminine if that's your vibe. Obviously, if it's not, you prefer to wear a suit or more masculine codes, you know, go for that too. You can still have a bit of glitter on, can't you? And a bit of bling. It doesn't stop you from doing that. And I'm seeing someone coming in and a man's coming in. Again, doesn't matter male, female, gender, doesn't matter. And he's literally swooping you off your feet and dancing you around. Again, it doesn't mean it's going to be a literal event happening like that, but it's like that energy, someone coming in and sweeping you off of your feet and just embracing you and taking you in your arms. So yeah, I definitely think love is on the card for many of you. So that's a beautiful one to end on there. Okay, that is the end of your reading, and I want to bring all of you so much love, so much light, and so many blessings. And I will see you in the next reading. God bless. This is future me just popping in to say if you'd like a private reading just for you, you can inbox me here, or you can email me at serenspiritualreadings@outlook.com. God bless.